Kevin the Showstopper says, did you get any heat from country artists or the Grand Ole Opry for the vignettes you filmed in Nashville back in 1993?
If people only knew what downtown Nashville looked like, I mean, really looked like then and now, and I know several years ago, the skyline was tweeted like how much has changed in 10 or 12 or 15 years. But it's the Ryman literally was boarded up. Graffiti was legit on the mother church. You know, if people are familiar with Nashville now, the side that Tootsie's is on, I almost want to say, I mean, there was just a block from Tootsie's down to Roberts. It was just downtown. I can't say it was dead, but man, just one side of the street was really, now it's block upon block upon block and restaurant and 3 and 4, and they've added another level on Tootsie's, and just downtown Nashville has exploded over the last, gosh, I'll say 10 to 15 years. But in 93, oh my gosh, where we filmed all those vignettes, and you know, me and Bruce catting around town, the Country Music Hall of Fame up on Music Row, and then we went to that Tootsie's. But when we did the vignette, we had my uncle's old white Cadillac, and my man Tony Falk, who had my first match win, he was the driver. But that's where I was kind of pacing back and forth in front of the Ryman. And man, oh man, just so run down. To answer your question, that probably got the Ryman scene more on television in 1993, 94 than any other piece, because it was dead. There was country music didn't even respect the Ryman in 93, let alone professional wrestling. So no, I didn't get any flack. None.
Gil Boldberg, boy, that's interesting to say, says Maven said in his YouTube vlog that the reason he never signed with TNA is because he had no desire to pursue pro wrestling any further. Had he signed, do you think he would have experienced a career renaissance like Christian and go back to WWE as a main eventer? Maven's enjoyed a lot of success on YouTube, and a lot of people are wondering, what if? Did you guys ever even have him come up? Does his name ever come up in TNA that you
recall? My knowledge, he was pretty much out of the business. Because Maven's a great guy. Seen him on a couple independent or autograph or both. But to my knowledge, he had, you know, and I get it. And I'm not going to say, I'm not definitely going to speak for him. But when you start at that level, it's the expectation. I just don't think his passion for the industry was there. And I'm not saying it should have been there. He did what he wanted to do, and that was not pursue wrestling. And so I don't think there was any interest on either side.
Here's one from Nathan Ray Clark. He wants to know, are there any plans for you and the Rizzler to do an updated music video with my baby tonight? And James wants to know, how bad did you want to give a guitar necklace to the Rizzler? Also, which celebrity is on your list? If you could give a guitar necklace to someone, who is at the top of that list? Man, I'm glad you didn't crack the Rizzler with the guitar necklace, but
BS. I'm love to have seen that. I think you did a tweet or X post. I
don't know anything about that. I've never heard anything about that.
I think you said something along the lines of, can we do something really famous? I don't know, but Conrad, how do you think me cracking old Riz with the guitar shot would have panned out? Do you think that would have been universally beloved? I do.
Yeah, I think there'd have been paperwork. I think you would have been arrested and brought up on charges for child abuse.
No, Rizzler. I mean,
he's not like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was a grown man like Hasbulla. I mean, if you wanted to crack Hasbulla, I mean, that dude, despite what Mike Tyson thought, is like almost 30. He's not a little snuggly kid.
But there's a whole lot to unpack there. What was the other question there, Silva? I think
who's at the top of your list of celebrities you'd like to hit with a guitar necklace?
Oh, man, I'm
going to one celebrity out there. Taylor Swift.
Okay. Kelsey, both of them probably need guitar shots.
Those are good. Those are good ones for me.
Okay, you want to stop there?
No, if you got a list, rattle them off.
I'm just trying to think out there.
Dave Meltzer.
Well, yeah, Dave would no sell it. He would no sell it. He'd no sell it. Just that simple.
He'd give you negative 4 stars
On the swing.
on his own guitar shot.
Yeah.
Peter told you how you could have done it better. The Japanese guitars are better quality. Everybody knows that.
Sure. Yeah.
Major wants to know, does Jeff have any stories about Fit Finlay?
Man, I love Fit. I'll just say, I don't have anyone that particularly comes to mind, but Fit, what a historic, his journey, I'll call it his journey in professional wrestling, now his son, but Fit goes back to, wow, I'll call it just a throwback of a, where he started and I was always, cause I love Britain. I love Europe. I'm not going to leave out Scotland and Wales and all this, but the British wrestling from a historical perspective in the world of sport and the touring and Big Daddy and Haystacks. But when you kind of go back and really get into the DNA, Fit is a part of that. It's cool. His journey in wrestling is legendary. I don't have any specific Fit. Obviously, I was with him at WWE and NWCW when he worked there, but no specific Fit story. He's got a great British sense of humor.
I had dinner with Fit Finlay. We were at a dinner for Ric Flair that Fit was invited to as well, and he sat sort of across from me, one seat over. And so we were able to converse really for the first time. And I think the world of his lovely wife, and she's fantastic if you ever have a chance to meet her. But through conversation, I learned just how witty and how smart Mr. Finlay was. I mean, his sense of comedic timing is great. And he said something, and gosh, this was probably 7 to 8 years ago now. He said something along the lines of, this generation won't have cauliflower ears, they'll have cauliflower thighs. And I thought that was hilarious. Old leg slapper.
I love it.
Goodness. Let's do another one here from Rajiv. How did you get that extra poof on your hair at Full Gear? And what people really want to know is, Jeff, are you going to try to recreate it? Like, I intentionally sabotaged your haircut last week.
Yep.
And so now we're post Thanksgiving. You missed your haircut appointment. Can we keep you through Blowout Jones? And I mean, can we get through a few more pay-per-view pre-shows before you bid it farewell?
So Raj is a ad-free. Look at that. Raj is a faithful ad-free member. And I know, look, haters are going to hate. I know he's a little bit jealous. He's got an Indian mop on the top of his head. But with all that being said, that is courtesy. And I went into detail last week. I was running a little late, showered, got ready, went out the door and caught the Uber from my hotel over to the Prudential Center, getting ready for Full Gear. And as the Uber was pulling in, the wind was blowing hard. I stepped outside. The Uber got stuck behind a hotel shuttle. The wind was blowing, super hard. And not to my knowledge, I don't look in the mirror very often. And I did photos with the Rizzler and Paul Walterhauser and was on 0 Hour. And I really didn't have a complete crew. Just how Shivani complimented my hair.
Everybody loved your hair, Jeff. You got to grow it out. You got to blow it out. That's what we want.
Yeah, I don't have the blowout today, do I? No.
Well, let's work on that. Let's get Karen's ass to work here. And
there we go.